Carrying out a research is more like working like a detective. You identify a problem and you're looking for ways to solve that problem.
Are y'all ready for this?
My YouTube channel. My name is Aditayo. I'm a registered nurse, and on this space I talk about nursing, academic writing, productivity, research, a lot more about nursing. If you want to be part of this community, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can also join my Telegram channel where you can ask questions and you can also connect with like-minded people like you. So stay tuned while going to today's video. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing with you research topics that you can use for your project work. I'm going to be talking about what basic nursing research is, how to identify a problem, examples of research topics that you can carry out a project on. I'm going to be telling you what a good research paper is. So stay tuned through this video. Carrying out a research is more like working like a detective. You identify a problem and you're looking for ways to solve that problem. So research is simply asking questions and finding answers to the questions. So it would entail finding a problem, you actually asking questions about the problem, then looking for information, looking for answers to the questions you've asked as regards the problem, then analyzing the information that you have and presenting the information. So now research can either be basic or applied. When you talk about the basic research simply means that you identify a problem and you're looking for ways, you're learning more about that problem. So you're learning about that thing. While for applied research, is more like the knowledge that you've gained from that particular problem. You want to synthesize the knowledge. You want to provide practical solutions to the problem. So let's bring a topic. For instance, you notice maybe there is a increased mortality rate among women in Nigeria. So when you notice that, you want to ask questions. Why does Nigeria have increased mortality rate of pregnant women? Then it will lead you to now saying, okay, let me find more about this. So finding more about it is simply basic research. But now when you now use the knowledge that you've gained to provide practical solutions, then we call it applied research. So usually the basic research is done during the undergraduate level. However, for the applied research, it's usually master's and postgraduate level. That's when you start seeing research like rapid evidence synthesis, you start seeing systematic reviews, meta-analysis. These are type of research that allows you to provide practical solutions to policymakers, nurses, and healthcare professionals to help them improve their practice. Now, how do you identify a problem? I've already said that research is about identifying a problem and looking for answers to that problem. So it comes with the question, how do I identify a problem? Now, problems are everywhere. Problems develop every day. Now it's just for you to identify the problem that you want to solve. You can identify a problem in your school, in your classroom, and my project supervisor when I was in university was suggesting a topic one time, and she was like, do we have a rape policy in this school? And after looking back and forth, you realize that, oh, we don't. Why don't we? So that could be a research question. That could be a research to carry on. That could be something to do. Why? Because you've identified the problem. Why don't they have a research policy in the school? So that's a problem. So you can identify a problem. It can even be the way that your lecturers are teaching you. It could even be why the shortage of staff in school. So it could be anything, right? So far it has a clinical significance, has a significance to your field, to your patients, and to the healthcare profession. So you can also identify a problem through the current trends. So for instance, some months ago there was a trend of like monkeypox, Lassa fever, Ebola, so the period COVID-19. So that's one way to identify a problem. The third way to identify a problem is by reading research papers. So from reading different research papers, for instance, maybe your interest is in midwifery, your interest is in maybe cerebral palsy, your interest is in maybe mental health. So now from reading research paper, you can identify a problem, you can identify something that researchers are not talking about. So you can decide to research on that particular thing, or you identify a gap. For instance, maybe like the maternal mortality I was talking about, maybe most of the researches about maternal mortality was conducted in Lagos. So you can decide to conduct another research in Ogun State to get maybe the prevalence, you know. So identifying gaps in different research papers can also give you an idea of a problem. So now, how to select a research topic? Select a research topic. One, you want to identify your interest. You know, after identifying your interest first, you want to identify a problem in that field that you've selected as your field of interest. Then after that, you want to identify discrepancies, and after identifying discrepancies, you want to synthesize information in that field. So examples of areas in which you can carry out researches on is you can measure satisfaction of patients with some nursing procedures, either bed bath, pressure treatment, and pressure area treatments, wound care. So you can just say you want to measure the satisfaction. How are patients satisfied with these procedures carried out by nurses or nursing students? At the same time, you can, you know, observe something. You can carry out a prevalence study, right? You can carry out a prevalence study. You can carry out a knowledge study. However, nursing now, things have improved. Most of examiners do not want student nurses to carry out researches on knowledge, attitude anymore. So they want you to carry out more researches that really add value to the clinical environment. So these are things you should keep in mind. You should keep in mind adding value to the body of research, to nursing, and to the field generally. So I hope this video helps somebody out there. So share this video to any nursing students who is thinking of writing a research paper soon. Bye.